That stands, that's a real problem for Canelo because he will just be switching. There's many times where I've seen people try and trade with him and slug it out.
I don't know if it's reachable for him. If anybody can do it, it's him, and I'm contradicting myself. I just don't see it happening, you know? Could it happen? Yeah, it's boxing.
Terence Crawford is reportedly training with Gennady Golovkin ahead of his highly anticipated fight with Canelo Alvarez. This collaboration has drawn significant attention in the boxing community, as Golovkin's experience is believed to be sharpening Crawford's power, timing, and overall ring IQ. Under Golovkin's guidance, Crawford might gain the crucial edge needed for one of the toughest challenges of his career. When experts analyze Terence Crawford, they see more than just an ordinary fighter. Crawford's blend of speed, timing, and exceptional ability to read opponents makes him a rare talent. Known for seamlessly switching stances and adjusting mid-fight, Crawford's boxing IQ is often described as genius level. His strategic adaptability and ring awareness set him apart from most competitors, making him not just great but truly remarkable in controlling fights with intelligence and skill.
But if there is anyone who can do it, it's Terence Bud Crawford, a man who survived getting shot in the head, for God's sakes. Like, he is not normal. He is a wizard of boxing. He's got genius IQ, one of the smartest boxers I've ever seen, and he can do it all. He's had over 40 fights. I can't ever remember seeing him like shook or worried. I mean, this is, trained killers trying to take his head off, and he never looks out of pocket. He is like a rapper who just turns up and figures out his lines on the fly and still makes it sound like the best song you've ever heard. Like, that's how amazing he is. Like, I've never seen anyone who can fight out both stances the way Crawford can. I mean, he looks so natural in either stance. That's a real problem for Canelo because he will just be switching, and you don't know where the shots are coming from, and it's so easy for him to do so. And I think the thing that really made me appreciate him is there's many times where I've seen people try and trade with him and slug it out, and when they stand in the pocket and they just go for it. And even in those situations where usually both of you are getting hit, he still manages to hit and not get hit. It's like he's in the Matrix. And this isn't against average fighters. This is against the best in the world at 4 different weight classes, and he's made it look easy pretty much every time he's moved up. I think in the Errol Spence fight, that was a fight that was supposed to be 50-50. The pressure was on. A lot of people thought he was going to lose that fight. He made that look like a boxing lesson, and the reason is when Errol Spence would throw a punch and not get out of the pocket quick enough, he would make him pay every single time. And if people are worried about Canelo's feet being slow, if there's anyone who can punish that, it's Terence Bud Crawford. In terms of weaknesses, these guys, they don't really have weaknesses. They've just got things that they maybe not as amazing at. That's the level we're talking here. Canelo has been accused of being a bit of a slow starter, and that could be a problem in this fight.
Michael Fox pointed out that the main concern for Crawford in the upcoming Canelo fight is the weight difference. Moving up to face a naturally bigger, stronger opponent like Canelo presents clear challenges, particularly Canelo's physical pressure. Despite this, Fox emphasizes that Crawford still holds the advantage in nearly every technical aspect. His footwork, sharp jab, elite timing, and exceptional ring IQ could allow him to frustrate Canelo and succeed if he manages the physicality well.
I would like to see Bud pull it off. The thing about it is, I think the only disadvantage Bud really has is the weight. I think he has all the skills and attributes that are required to beat a guy like Canelo Alvarez. Canelo's kind of flat-footed. You've seen the fights with Bivol and Laura and even School, who didn't do much, but you see that movement irritates Canelo. You know what I'm saying? When dudes that know how to control the range and stuff like that, he didn't look like the world beater. You know what I mean? The motherfucker that sat in front of him, them dudes that sat in front of him, we see what he did with him. You know what I mean? But guys like Bivol, who was bigger, but he bouncing in and out. Laura, motherfucking landing counter lefts, and he's circling out, and that shit was fucking with Canelo. Floyd, you know, it probably killed Taylor if Floyd was always only an inch away.
Yep.
Just a little step back, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, God, that fuck, I missed by a mile.
That's
So,
crazy because he didn't use no movement.
Right.
He stood in the pocket on it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, Triple G was. You said G? Triple G?
No, I said Floyd didn't use no movement.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah. He was always where he needed to be in the ring. He was always where he needed to be in the ring. I'm in there to land, then I'm just right here. In there to land, but now I'm right here. It just, it's a bad motherfucker, Joe. Like that's what Floyd never gotta understand. Floyd was a bad motherfucker. But the movement, having good feet under you, helps against Canelo.
Recent training photos of Crawford's physique sparked curiosity and skepticism among fans and analysts. The images showed Crawford in peak condition with a noticeably muscular build, but doubts arose about their authenticity, whether they were real or edited. Some wondered if the dramatic visuals were meant to intimidate Canelo ahead of their clash. This debate highlights how every detail is scrutinized when a super fight of this magnitude is on the horizon.
Shredded wheat and amazing. Is this photo photoshopped? Because this photo that Ilia Topuria posted of Terence Bud Crawford is the latest photo we've seen, and he looks just less impressive in this photo. Well, the question is really, when were the photos taken? All right, so when you look at this photo and you look at this photo and look at this video of Terence Crawford with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh as Terence Crawford is working out, supposedly just yesterday, right? Which one is Terence Crawford's latest appearance? Because even though this is the latest photo you've seen, doesn't mean this is when the photo was taken. The only reason why people are confused is because this latest photo seems to have been taken in Vegas. And we're approaching fight week and Terence Crawford is already in Vegas. Hence the video with him with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh in Vegas. Now, let me explain all of this. Well, first you gotta look at the hairstyles, right? Terence Crawford in this photo from Ilia Topuria, his hairstyle is totally different than this hairstyle here with Terence Crawford shredded wheat. It is also different than his hairstyle that he has here in the gym with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. You can tell because you can tell how the hair braid, like how it's parted in this photo, and in this photo, they're more parted down the middle, where this video, it's slanted. It's in like a diagonal slant, which I'm thinking is his latest.
Adam Smith provided a detailed rationale for preferring Crawford over Canelo, citing timing as a critical factor. He explained that boxing success depends not just on skill but also on fighting at the right moment. Smith believes Canelo's prime may be waning due to years of tough battles, which have taken a toll on his speed and sharpness. Meanwhile, Crawford is entering his peak undefeated, motivated, and still hungry, making this an ideal opportunity for him to claim victory and cement his legacy.
To be in Vegas to see, I think Terence Crawford beats Canelo, and I think that it's going to be his coming out party. I'd love to be there, and Canelo, of course, an all-time great. Yeah, but listen, I love Ireland, and I'm pleased to be in Belfast with the zone for Crocker and Donovan. There's something about an all-Irish fight which is fantastic, and it was great and controversial first time around. It's even bigger now, so yeah, let's chat over there and get on with it.
Just a quick one on Canelo Crawford. I heard you pick Crawford. You just said it there. How much of that is down to timing, and how much of that is down to styles?
A bit of both. I think Canelo is approaching 70 fights. He's been beaten before. Crawford remains undefeated. I think that the jump up is big, but I think he's got the speed, the IQ, the experience, the know-how to be able to handle it. If he's switched on for every minute of every round, I think he wins, and I think he announces himself to the world on Netflix. And I think he deserves it. I think Terence Crawford's only been really known to the trade fans. Canelo, obviously, a bigger name, bigger star, and look, I fancy Crawford in this fight. Look, nothing against Canelo. Maybe it's a little bit of time in the skull fight. I don't know, but there's plenty that fancy Canelo. Be too big, too strong, too good. It's Crawford for me.
On TalkSport Boxing, the debate over Canelo versus Crawford grew intense. Some experts argued that a heavy loss could mean the end of Crawford's run at the top level, with concerns that Canelo's size and pressure might overwhelm him. Others believed Crawford's intelligence and skill could expose Canelo's weaknesses. The discussion underscored how high the stakes are, with predictions highlighting the potential impact on Crawford's career trajectory.
So yeah, there's a big argument that Canelo Alvarez starts the favourite going into this one because he's the super middleweight world champion. Bud Crawford jumping up two weight divisions, and he's jumped up a weight division before that as well, beating Errol Spence. You just look at it and go, it's a massive ask here for Terence Crawford. Something inside me tells me he wins, and we'll get into that later on.
Well, we'll talk about that in a minute, but in the meantime, Canelo, as ever, has left no stone unturned. He's been training at altitude in Sierra Nevada, looking to get the maximum body stamina and preparation advantage. It's something that he's used to. And, of course, he's going to effectively be the home fighter because Tex-Mexers will be up in their numbers from Texas. Also, Hispanic fans from all around the United States. The fight is being made on Mexican Independence Day. I don't think you have to be a great crystal ball gazer to know where the bulk of the crowd is going to be rooting when they step out inside those ropes and their names are bellowed out by the ringside announcer afterwards.
Listen, even though the fight happens in America, and Terence Crawford is American, it is going to be so pro-Mexican there, because Canelo is accepted. He's like an adopted son there, and Mexican Independence Day, all of that goes so much in favour of Canelo Alvarez. You go, actually, the guy that's a four-division world champion and a superstar of the sport and American will start probably the fan favourite will definitely be Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah, definitely. And he's been training with somebody, sparring with a man who he thinks indicates Crawford's style in sparring many rounds against Yaron Ennis.
George Ferocious Kambosos Jr. analyzed Canelo's fighting style, emphasizing his pressure approach. He noted that Canelo excels when he closes the distance, cuts off the ring, and unleashes powerful combinations. Kambosos believes Canelo will employ this relentless pressure against Crawford, forcing him to fight off the back foot for much of the fight. This strategy could be key to Canelo's success, according to his assessment.